Several people like to say.
Hey, we're sorry about coming to you late. I'm BKP. We're Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk, running 7:20, running 20 minutes late here, but we will upload the show immediately afterwards so you can get a chance to watch it all week long, we promise. We got our local record going. Sorry, we have a little broadcasting problem. We got everything working there now, Dave? Okay, local record hitting? Good. Okay, BKP here, Pickens Power Half Hour. Is it on there? I'm so sorry. We're probably having too much fun here. Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. We're here at Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper. Dave's Chevrolet here in Jasper, and we want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza for providing pizza for the players and the coaches here tonight. Also want to thank Pepsi. We're talking with head coach Chris Parker. We've got senior running back Walker Lawrence. We've got senior offensive lineman Zach Hindley with us tonight. And also, we're talking 7 Quad A football. Pickens Dragons are coming off a win over Gilmer, 28-9, 8-1 on the season, 5-1 on the region, and they're hosting Cartersville 7:30 this Friday night. Before we get started here, let's go over the region. Cartersville is at 6-0. Pickens is 5-1. Northwest Whitfield is 5-2. Southeast Whitfield is 3-4. Heritage is 2-4. Ridgeland is 2-4. Gilmer is 2-4. And Lafayette is 0-6. Now there's going to be a lot to watch in this 7 Quad A Friday night to see where everybody's going to be set for the playoff picture, because we've got 3 teams sitting at 2-4 that are going to be jockeying for a position in the postseason. Coach Park. Oh, by the way, I have how bad was he smiling behind my back? I've got my co-host RJ Casey, which Friday night, as you know all too well, he enjoyed midfield, making sure that everybody's seeing his Pickens hat that he hasn't taken. You sleep in that hat?
No.
Okay, just checking. His Pickens Dragon hat that he hasn't taken off, what, 2-3 years now? How long you had that one?
I've had it since 08.
08?
Yeah.
You've had that one since 08?
Yeah.
And you made me wear that thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
there you
cleaned
go.
it.
Huh?
I cleaned it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, a little hand sanitizer around the rim or something?
Yeah. I put it in the washer.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. Okay, but anyhow, we had a lot of fun Friday night. We have our usual Gilmer Pickens hat challenge, and RJ enjoyed making me wear the green hat at midfield on the visiting team there at Gilmer's Turf Friday night. But Coach, let's talk about that. First of all, rivalry football. What makes that different? Now, you coached for a long time. What makes that difference? Because no matter where your teams are in the season and on the schedule and what the stats are throughout the year, when you get to a game like that, what changes up for you and the players? What is that big difference that?
Well, I think sometimes the the level of intensity and the level of the level of play that the other team shows, especially early in the games, may be a little different. And then, of course, it's just more. It's fun for the players when there's a lot of people there and there's a lot of excitement all week and all that. But up here, I've been excited to be a part of the Pickens and Gilmer rivalry now for going on for 4 years, and it is very exciting. It's important to a lot of people. It's important to our community, and that part's kind of neat, and it just maybe puts a lot of excitement and then also a little bit of pressure, into the game for all the people involved, which sometimes creates an odd first quarter, I think sometimes, and I think that's what happened Friday in some ways. But as the game settled on, I thought we played well, and I was real proud of the boys from, finding a way to win. I thought Gilmer actually did an excellent job of, being prepared and being ready to play, and they came out and did a pretty good job stopping us early. Our first 9 plays, I don't think we had to hurt a positive yard, and, they moved the ball pretty good on us early. We found a way to get them off the field on some 4th downs, but they moved the ball pretty well. And so I, attribute to them. They came out ready to play. And sometimes when it's a rivalry game, you'll see some different things happen. And so what we didn't do was we did throw for our patented 40 yards. So that was
Yeah,
not
what was it,
different for a
37? What we have here?
while. Oh, they don't cheat us in.
Yeah. I mean, You aired it out. I think we had passing. Yep, 37. I had that down. I mean, you know.
But you know, we didn't play that many plays. It was a weird game. We had some big plays. 3 of our plays went for over 200 yards, and so I think we only played 40-something plays. We normally play around 60. You know, just an odd game. It does seem like in a rivalries games, you'd ask me, you know, going all the way back to as long as I've been coaching, they're always just kind of different. If the game flows different, I don't know. But it doesn't. None of that matters on trying to win or lose, and so we're glad we came out with with more points than they had.
Well, obviously, talent on the field and conditioning and all the things that lead up to a game, but still, when you put in the mix emotion, that's when things happen in a football game, when there's high emotion. So
Right.
sometimes in rivalry, emotion can take over,
That's
or
right.
emotion can make a play when there's a fumble or something like that. I have down here Chris Pittman was 220 yards for three of the touchdowns, and one of the long ones was 76. So you're right about that. Is you don't have a whole lot of plays, but you had a couple big plays. Guys, let me talk about this. You're both seniors, and I've often for years I've been sitting down with you guys here in North Georgia, talking to you for several years now. I always ask the seniors, emotionally thinking about your last game on your high school. High school's big, and your last game as a senior this Friday night. What's it mean to you guys, knowing when you go out there, it's the last time you're going to be on the field at home?
I mean, obviously we're going to miss it, but we have the possibility to play at home again in the playoffs, possibly, if we win Friday night.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay. In fact, you stumped me on that one. I've got to give that one.
A better
to you.
question would be, what's it feel like knowing it's coming to an end
I guess
in the
we'll-
coming weeks?
Obviously we're going to miss it.
Coach, Coach,
Hey, look, I can do everybody.
job over
Listen,
here.
if Walker needed me to block, I could block for him. I could host this show. I do whatever they need me to
Yeah,
do.
whatever it takes,
Yeah,
right?
whatever they need me to do. If Dave needs me to fix that computer problem, I could probably do that too.
Next week, Coach Parker on second. Okay, you know what? I understand that there's definitely the possibility that you could be hosting a playoff game. So my apology to you and your entire team and all the fans that just said, "What's he talking about last game?" Okay, so we'll say
Last regular season game.
Yeah, regular season. We'll go with regular season game. What is, you guys have been playing Gilmer for years. What is it like to play rivalry football? And I want to say something before you answer that with Coach here. And this goes on both sides of the football, guys. When I started covering this back now 5 years ago, I did not feel the sportsmanship on both sides of the football, okay? And now I feel very good when I see both of your teams play. You're out there to win a football game. It's a rivalry, but you're playing as good sports. And I just want to say that. I enjoy that. What's rivalry football like playing Gilmer? It's over. You can say what you want, man. You're not going to see them again. Your teammates will next year. Now that I can almost throw out there. Okay.
Go ahead. Then.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
Playing Gilmer, there's always more emotion involved than any other team. But at the same time, it's just a football game. And we're out there to win. We're working towards playoffs, working towards a better season, and we're just out there to win. It's a game. For
And
me.
yourself?
I mean, obviously we respect them. That's all I have to say. They're a good
Respect
team.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said both teams played hard. You ever see that?
Both teams played hard.
No, I do think these guys, and they're, we have worked hard for 4 years to do a lot of things. And one of them is to be able to compete every Friday night. One of the things I didn't love about when I got here was that it was kind of like, well, if you go 1-9 and beat Gilmer, that's okay. Well, that's not really okay. We like to do better than that. So we try to play, but I did learn quickly that the emotion and the intensity that the guys would play Gilmer with was really good. We liked that. So we really tried hard to instill every week is that mentality. you know.
Right.
But I did want the kids to enjoy that game and the rivalry and all that. But we try so hard to train them not to do that I may have, you know, inadvertently got where they can't enjoy that one game because they think they're all the same. But you know, this week we got Cartersville. It's going to be a tremendous challenge. You know, they're number one in the state. But we're trying hard not to sit here and say we got no chance. You know, that's what Walker did a good answer of saying, hey, if we win, we're the region champs. So we got a better chance than anybody else in our region of winning Friday night against Cartersville. You know, I mean, nobody else got a chance to win the region but us and them. So, yeah, they are definitely a good football team, and they definitely, you know, have beat everybody down they played. But they hadn't beat us down yet. You know, so we're going to at least try to make it to Friday night and
Dave,
give ourselves a chance.
our producer over here, Dave, just so you know, we're going to go through break. We're not going to take a break tonight on account of we're running behind. So we're going to run about 25 minutes. Coach, we talked Monday on the show that we do on Monday morning quarterback at 8 o'clock on FYN TV. We talked about, you said you were going to see good football teams from here on out. And, you know, I kind of said that the same thing like he just said. They also are saying they're going to see good football team because you guys are a good football team. I don't get to watch it every Friday night, but you guys are a good football team. Gilmer, talk a little bit about, you know, you come out and it was 14-3 at the end of the third quarter. I mean, you know, they stayed in that thing all the way through three quarters until that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I think we expected them to. I mean, I know, you know, I don't know that, you know, I don't know that people really know what we're actually thinking or what we, you know, during the week on this show and all that. But we genuinely expected a game to be close. I mean, I thought we first off we did have several kids, seniors, good players that didn't play, and that was going to hurt us. We knew, and you know, and like you said, rivalry game. They were going to play hard, and you know, what's lost in this that I'm pretty sure that the majority of the guys that made plays for Gilmer are the same guys we played last year. You know, they had a lot of kids back, so we didn't expect them to sit out there and just lay down and let us beat them.
Right.
You know, I hope we didn't give that indication to anybody. I thought it was going to be. I was happy with 14-3 going to the fourth quarter. I thought that was pretty good. That's 2 touchdown lead. You know, we were able to kind of find a few things on them. You know, and get a couple long runs. We got a couple of interceptions that kind of went from a pretty close game to 28-3. You know, over the course of a 10 or 15 minute period, probably in the game. But I thought that, you know, they had a veteran group of guys. The quarterback's a really good player. Several of those linemen and defensive players were the same guys we coached against last year when they went 8-2, you know, and they made the playoffs. And so, you know, we knew that it was going to be a tough game. That didn't surprise me that they came out and played hard. It did surprise me that we made some mistakes. We had some procedure penalties. We fumbled some snaps. You know, we did some really dumb stuff early, which I kind of would attribute, I guess, to being fired up or maybe too fired up, or I don't know. But once we settled down and did that, I mean, I was pretty pleased with the overall play. But you know, we also know that it's not going to get any easier this Friday. It's going to get a lot harder. We can't go out there and fumble this ball.
Let's go over, I'm sorry, Coach, let's go over a couple stats. Consider we're not going to take a break. First of all, you're watching Pickens Power Half Hour. I am your host, BKP. You're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. We're down here at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and we want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza for providing the pizza for the coach and the players tonight, and and Pepsi for providing drinks. And we want to also thank our head coach here, Chris Parker, for being with us, and senior running back Walker Lawrence, and senior offensive lineman Zachary Henley. And as you well know, Walker Lawrence let me know he was not intending to play his last game on this field, and hats off to that answer. Hey, when you give the answer, you give the answer. I'm gonna humble and take it, all right? So I enjoyed that. Let's go over a couple stats from last Friday night's game against Pickens, and then we'll talk about Cartersville. Last Friday night, again, 37 yards in the air, but rushing, the Dragons rushed for 349 yards. Again, Chris Pittman for 220, Marcus Bird for 101, combining for 4 touchdowns there. for the 28 and 4 extra point attempts. Defense tackles, Jacob Gordon with 10 and Dylan Eiler with 16, 9 solo and 7 assists, and Cortland Norton with 10 tackles, 4 solo and 6 assists on the night. Coach, Cartersville's coming to town. Guys, let me ask you this, okay? Because you're seniors, you guys are young men. You know who Cartersville is. You got a serious opponent coming in. Talk about preparing this week for the opponent that you're going to see, and some of the emotion in the locker room and the practice this coming week.
I'd say the emotion is very focused. You know, we know they're good and they deserve respect, and we're going to respect them, but we're going to give it all we have.
And yourself?
We know we're facing a good team. They're number 1 in the state for our division. There's no way around that, so we just have to work hard and focus and try and treat it like every other game and go out there and do the best we can against them.
Well, you know, and that's why I always say that no matter who I'm sitting down with, you know your opponent. I mean, know who they are, know what you're up against, and prepare for it. And Coach, talk about preparing for a number 1 team and preparing this team to go up against Cartersville Friday night.
Well, the first thing you got to do is not beat yourself, and because they're plenty good enough to beat us without us helping them. And I think sometimes when teams play, and we've done it before, all of us have, you play a team that's you know, a legitimate state championship contender, which they are, and you get off the bus and you basically already beat because you're out there fumbling the ball or getting procedure penalties, or people are trying too hard or not trying hard enough, or, you know, there's all these things that happen where teams just kind of let you beat them. Sometimes we may benefit from that from some teams we play. You know, I mean, sometimes the kids, the high school kids on their, you know, every team has high school kids. People forget that, just regular old guys like these guys. And sometimes when they get in their mind what's going to happen, and we don't really even compete one way or the other, you know. And so my hope is our boys will compete hard, play all 4 quarters, give us a chance. You know, I mean, just play hard. And then other than that, you got to have, you know, we're not going to lie to you. We're going to have some things go our way. They're going to have to, you know, mess some things up. We're going to have to play really well. But, you know, things do happen. We don't want to in any way, shape, or form sit here and be disrespectful toward as good a team as they are, or, you know, let them not understand that, yeah, they definitely are the favorites Friday. They're good. But we can't go up there with the attitude that we have no chance, or that, you know, because they've beaten everybody else in our region to death, which they have, that means we have no chance. We just got to hang in there and try to give ourselves a chance. And I will be disappointed if our players don't play hard. I think, you know, we got some injuries. We'll still have some injuries that'll hurt us, guys that won't participate that we'll need. But we're not making excuse. We're going to play hard and give ourselves a chance. And so, you know, you can go down their roster and pick a bunch of people who probably are the best player at their position in the whole region. A lot of positions, not just a quarterback. But, you know, that's still not an excuse. We can, you know, we got to go out there and execute and do the best we can.
Let me say this. First of all, offensive line, I always when I get an opportunity to have offensive linemen on the couch and we're talking, I always want to say, I know 300-400 yards. I know 4 rushing touchdowns. I know those things don't happen without an offensive line. So, first of all, my hat's off to you guys. I always want to give a special shout out to all offensive linemen. You guys are doing it on the ground, and it's not happening if you guys aren't making it. You're coming off the ball and clearing the way for your running back. So, hats off to you. Coach, what I want to ask you is some of the layout this weekend for the Cartersville game coming up here. Obviously, you're looking at a team that passed over 2,000 yards. So, I mean, in your defense setting up for something like that.
Well, you know, we see it. Luckily for us, we see it all the time in practice. We're just airing it out at practice, you know. So
I tell you
they
what.
get. They see it a lot in practice. That's all right.
Take over, RJ. He's me airing out the ball is gonna be the all year long. What do
No,
you
it's-
got for these guys?
I will tell you though, serious answer to your question. I'll let you go. Is obviously that's a challenge for us.
Right.
Because if people didn't get my sarcasm there, we don't see as much of that at practice. And they have the best 10th grade quarterback in the United States of America playing out there. No different than probably what Peyton Manning looked like when he was a 10th grader. That's probably what he looked like. So, but you know, we're going to go compete. He's still a 10th grader. We're going to do the best we can against him. But he is the best 10th grader I have ever seen at quarterback. So that's going to be a challenge. They got really good receivers, not just one of them, but 2, 3, or 4 of them. So you can't just isolate one guy and try to, you know. And you know, we got the secondary is one of the places where we got some backups in. So that's definitely, you know, no reason to hide that fact. That's definitely going to be something we're going to have to play. People are going to have to step up big time because they did probably throw the ball as well as any team we've seen. Maybe not just this year, but I mean for several years.
RJ, ask a question or two here so we can wrap up for the night. We run a little.
Come on,
while.
RJ.
I want to talk to Walker and Zach. Talk about the magnitude and the emotion of this game coming in Friday because it's a region championship game and it's at home. And a couple of years ago, you weren't having a game like that at home. Talk about how it's going to feel and how it'll feel going in on Friday, going into a game that big.
I mean, obviously, it's a big game. I mean, I guess that doesn't really need explanation, but I mean, we're just gonna be focused, and I say kind of, I guess, a similar atmosphere to last week. Just it's not a rivalry, but kind of. I mean, there's obviously high stakes.
Am I right? Is my memory correct? Baseball, right?
Yes.
I got that right?
Yeah.
I got pretty good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked last time. I remember baseball. I don't forget. Anybody says baseball to me, I don't forget it.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Coach. Coach didn't like that, but I'm sorry. Man. He's not a baseball guy. Everybody says, Coach.
I like baseball. Let me make this my stance tonight. As the district athletic director, I'm a fan of all
I
sports.
didn't say you didn't like baseball. It never came out of my mouth that you didn't say you like baseball. But I remember talking with this young man about baseball, so I enjoyed that. Coach, Friday night, Cartersville, and you have an opportunity to host the 7 Quad A Region Championship. So, if anything, congratulations on that. Congratulations on regular season, a great regular season, and I, for one, look forward to the playoffs and being able to watch you play further into the year. Okay, so I'm excited about that. Thanks for coming out tonight. I know you guys are pumped up about Friday night. I know he's pumped up about Friday night.
I got choked up. I was so excited.
Yeah, you got
RJ
choked up.
there. I'll tell you.
I didn't know how many Pepsis we were going to
Yeah.
have to open and to try to get you. I didn't know. I was watching the season.
RJ didn't ask me a question the whole show.
Oh, go ahead,
So
RJ.
come on, RJ. You got to
One
one
for
last
the road.
thing. Get
Come on.
something. You know, that was a big win
Huh?
Friday.
Yeah, it was a big win Friday. Talk about, after the game, you got to celebrate with everybody and the golden football. from
Yeah, I did take about 2 minutes, you know, maybe 5, and try not to be as miserable as I normally am to everybody, even when we win. These guys can attest it. I usually don't even let them have.
I'm catching them smiling.
Yeah, I don't usually even let them have fun, even when we win. But I did want that. I was excited we got the chance to win. You know, beating Gilmer is a big deal around here, and it should be. And so I was happy about that. It is going to be a huge challenge Friday. It's going to be a huge challenge the next Friday, no matter who it is. They don't put bad teams in the playoffs. So, you know, it's going to get tough for us in the next few weeks. We're going to have to really play well, and we know that. So it was important to me for everybody to have a moment of, you know, hey, this is so far 8-1. It's been pretty good, and best 2 years. You know, let me tell these guys, best 16 games the last 2 years, best junior and senior teams we ever had in 60 years.
And let's not
So,
forget
good for
that
these
guy
guys.
with that big camera with a light that said, you know, he'd be on at 11, and you know, and everybody would see him all over the state. You know.
Well, let me just say that.
All right.
Okay, I get a text from Brian, very nice, but I don't immediately text him back. So his immediate text back is, "I'm on the news at 11 now in Atlanta." So I've big timed him, you know.
Yeah, I did.
So, yeah.
I did. I texted him, and he doesn't text me right back. I was like, "Oh, now you're a star."
Yeah.
He goes, "No."
I make the news. I didn't ask to be on the news, you know.
I said, "You're a star. I can't get a text back now." No, you know what? How about this? This is a lot of fun, and this is why we do this show, and we enjoy it so much, and we enjoy bringing it to you, Dragon fans. Don't forget, Team FYN Sports, always promoting and highlighting young athletes in a positive way. Don't forget, every Monday morning on FYN TV at 8 o'clock, we have Monday Morning Quarterback, where we talk about high school football. From Friday night, don't forget, you can follow us on Friday night on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports, hashtag Pickens Football. Follow RJ, he's always tweeting out the scores and highlights if you can't be there. But don't forget, you are hosting the 7 Quad A Region Championship game right here in Pickens Friday night. The Cartersville Purple Hurricanes, 7:30, be there. And we'll see you again next Tuesday, Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. Thank you, Day Chevrolet here in Jasper, Johnny's New York Style Pizza, and Pepsi.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
LJ Tire Company since 1955. With a huge range of tires at the lowest price and fast, hassle-free service, LJ Tire is all you need every time. LJ Tire carries only the top brands in the industry: Cooper, Michelin, Mickey Thompson, Pirelli, and Yokohama. Stop in and let AES certified mechanics change your oil today. Life doesn't slow down for car maintenance, and LJ Tire won't either. If your car is tired of its tires, go to LJ Tire.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
New Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Let it ride during the Lucky 7 sales event at Lifetime Kia. Come try your luck in the Money Machine. Yes, come take a test drive and you get a chance to grab for cash in the Money Machine. Plus, shop big-time savings on every vehicle in stock. And remember, Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Lifetime Kia will extend that warranty for as long as you own it. Come try your luck in the Money Machine and experience the savings at Lifetime Kia.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Only one thing beats a day's price on a new Chevy. It's our pre-owned price. Now at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. Save thousands off original MSRP on the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the North Georgia mountains. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even luxury vehicles. Many with factory warranty. And all thousands below new car prices. We can even help rebuild your credit. Save thousands today at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. The North Georgia mountains big volume, low price leader.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.